The alarm rang through the USS Horizon like a bell that would not stop. Jake Morrison ran down the metal hallway, his boots making loud sounds on the floor. He was the ship's leader, and when alarms rang, bad things were usually happening. "What do we have?" Jake asked as he reached the bridge. The big room was full of people working at computers and looking at screens. "Small ship, sir," said Katie Wells. She was young and good at finding things in space. "It's hurt bad. Looks like it came from a fight." Jake looked at the main screen. A small, dark shape floated in the black of space. It was spinning slowly, like a coin someone had thrown. Parts of it were missing, and it had holes in its side. "Any signs of life?" Jake asked. Katie pressed buttons on her computer. "Yes, sir. One person inside, very weak." Jake thought for a moment. Space was dangerous, and helping strangers could be dangerous too. But leaving someone to die was not something he could do. "Bring it into the ship," he said. "Tell Dr. Park to get ready." The USS Horizon was a big ship that explored space. It had been flying for 2 years, looking for new worlds and new life. The crew of 120 people had seen many strange things, but they had never found anyone who was still alive. 20 minutes later, the small ship was inside the Horizon's big room where they kept extra ships. Jake walked there with Ryan Davis, his security chief. Ryan was a big man who worried about danger all the time. "We don't know what's in there," Ryan said as they walked. "Could be anything. Could be someone who needs help," Jake said back. They reached the small ship. It was black and had a shape Jake had never seen before. The metal was different too, like it was made from something that was not from Earth. There were burn marks all over it, and some parts looked like they had been cut with laser weapons. Dr. Lisa Park was already there with her medical team. She was a small woman with kind eyes and gentle hands. She had saved many lives on the Horizon. "The air inside is different from ours," she told Jake. "But my computer says it's safe to breathe. Can you open it?" Jake asked. Lisa nodded. Her team had tools that could open almost anything. They worked for 10 minutes, and then there was a loud click. The door of the small ship opened with a hiss. Inside they found her. She was not human. Her skin was covered in small, green scales that looked like they belonged on a snake. She was tall, maybe 6 feet, and thin. Her face was long, with big yellow eyes that were closed. She had no hair, and her head had a shape that was different from humans. But it was not her strange looks that made everyone step back. It was the marks on her body. Someone had hurt her. Her scales were broken in many places, and there were burns on her arms and legs. Metal things were stuck to her head, with wires that went into her skin. Her hands were tied behind her back with chains that had cut into her skin. "Oh my God," Lisa whispered. She moved forward, her medical bag in her hand. "Quick, help me get her to medical." They put the alien woman on a bed that could float in the air. As they moved her, Jake saw more terrible things. Her feet had marks from being chained. Her back had cuts that looked like they came from a whip. Someone had hurt her many times, for a long time. In the medical room, Lisa worked fast. She cut the chains from the alien's hands and feet. She carefully took the metal things from her head. The alien woman did not wake up, but she made small sounds of pain. "She's been tortured," Lisa said, her voice angry. "These wounds are from different times. Someone hurt her for weeks, maybe months." Jake watched as Lisa cleaned the wounds and put medicine on them. The alien woman's breathing was slow and weak. Her yellow eyes moved under her closed lids like she was having bad dreams. "Will she live?" Jake asked. "I think so," Lisa said. "But I don't know what all these machines did to her." "Some of them were in her brain." Ryan came into the medical room. "Sir, we found something in her ship. Looks like prison clothes. And this..." He held up a metal collar with numbers on it. "I think she was a prisoner." Jake took the collar. It was heavy and cold. The numbers were in a language he did not know, but they looked like the kind of numbers used to count prisoners. "A prisoner of who?" Jake asked. "Don't know yet," Ryan said. "But whoever had her, they were not nice." For 2 days, the alien woman slept. Lisa watched her all the time, giving her medicine and checking her wounds. The alien woman was healing, but slowly. Sometimes she would move her arms or legs like she was trying to fight something in her dreams. On the third day, she woke up. Jake was sitting in a chair next to her bed when her yellow eyes opened. For a moment, she just looked at the ceiling. Then she turned her head and saw him. What happened next was very fast. The alien woman sat up, like she had been hit by electricity. She looked around the room with wide eyes, like a trapped animal. When she saw Jake, she made a sound like a snake that was angry. "It's okay," Jake said, holding up his hands. "You're safe now." The alien woman did not understand his words. She tried to get off the bed, but the wires from the medical machines held her back. She pulled at them, making sounds of fear and anger. Lisa ran into the room when she heard the noise. "What's happening?" "She's awake," Jake said. "And scared." The alien woman saw Lisa and made more angry sounds. She was breathing fast, like she had been running. Her yellow eyes moved from Jake to Lisa to the door, looking for a way to escape. Lisa moved slowly toward the bed. "It's okay," she said in a soft voice. "We want to help you." The alien woman watched Lisa come closer. When Lisa was close enough, the alien woman moved faster than anyone thought she could. She grabbed Lisa's hand and bit it. Her teeth were sharp, like a snake's. They went deep into Lisa's skin, and blood started to come out. Jake jumped up to help, but Lisa held up her other hand to stop him. "Don't move," Lisa said. Her voice was calm, even though the alien woman was still biting her hand. "She's scared." The alien woman bit harder. Lisa's face showed pain, but she did not pull away. She did not hit the alien woman or try to hurt her back. She just stood there, looking into the alien woman's yellow eyes. "You're safe," Lisa said softly. "No one will hurt you here." The alien woman looked confused. She had expected Lisa to hit her or hurt her back. That was what always happened when she bit someone. But Lisa just stood there, bleeding, talking in a soft voice. Slowly, the alien woman let go of Lisa's hand. She moved back on the bed, watching Lisa with careful eyes. Lisa looked at her bitten hand, but she did not seem angry. "Get me a bandage," Lisa said to Jake. "And some medicine for infection." Jake brought what she needed. As Lisa wrapped her hand, the alien woman watched everything. She looked like she was trying to understand something that made no sense to her. "What's your name?" Lisa asked, even though she knew the alien woman could not understand. The alien woman just stared at her. Then she looked at Lisa's bandaged hand. For just a moment, something like confusion crossed her face. In all her time as a prisoner, no one had ever been kind to her after she had hurt them. Lisa smiled. "We'll figure it out," she said. "We have time." The alien woman did not understand the words, but she understood the smile. It was something she had not seen in a very long time. And for the first time since she woke up, she stopped looking for ways to escape. The alien woman did not sleep well. Every night she made sounds like someone was hurting her. Her body would shake and she would move her arms like she was fighting. Lisa heard her through the medical room's doors and came to check on her many times. "Bad dreams," Lisa told Jake the next morning. "She's afraid even when she sleeps." Jake looked through the window at the alien woman. She was awake now, sitting on the bed with her back against the wall. Her yellow eyes watched the door like she expected someone bad to come through it. "Have you learned anything about her?" Jake asked. Lisa shook her head. "She won't let me touch her. When I try to check her wounds, she moves away. But she's not trying to bite anyone else. That's something," Jake said. "She's hungry, but she won't eat the food we bring her. I think she's waiting for it to be poisoned." Jake thought about this. The alien woman had been a prisoner for a long time. Someone had hurt her over and over. Of course she would not trust anyone, even people who wanted to help her. "What if we try something different?" Jake said. That afternoon, Jake came to the medical room with a plate of food. The alien woman watched him with careful eyes as he sat down in a chair far from her bed. He did not try to talk to her or move closer. He just sat there and ate his own food. The alien woman stared at him. She was clearly hungry. Her stomach made small sounds, and she kept looking at the food on the table next to her bed. But she did not touch it. Jake finished eating and stood up. He walked to the door, then stopped. Without looking at the alien woman, he said, "The food is safe. We eat the same things." He left the room. Through the window, he watched as the alien woman looked at the food for a long time. Finally, she reached out and took a small piece. She smelled it, then put it in her mouth. She chewed slowly, waiting to see if it would hurt her. Nothing bad happened. She ate another piece, then another. Soon, all the food was gone. The next day, Jake came back with more food. This time, he brought 2 plates. He ate from one and left the other for the alien woman. She ate too, but she kept watching him the whole time. On the 3rd day, something different happened. When Jake came in with the food, the alien woman was standing by the window. She was looking out at the stars. She turned when she heard him come in, and for a moment their eyes met. Jake nodded to her, like he was saying hello to a friend. The alien woman just stared at him, but she did not move away from the window. "Pretty stars," Jake said, pointing at the window. The alien woman looked where he was pointing. She did not understand his words, but she understood that he was talking about the stars. She looked at him again, and this time, she did not look as scared. Dr. Lisa Park was having her own problems with the alien woman. Every time she tried to check her wounds, the alien woman would move away. Lisa needed to make sure the cuts were healing right, but the alien woman would not let her get close. She's been hurt by people who said they were trying to help her. Lisa told Jake, medical torture is real. Someone probably hurt her while pretending to make her better. Lisa tried a new way. Instead of trying to check the alien woman's wounds, she started by checking her own bandaged hand. She sat where the alien woman could see her and slowly took off the bandage. The bite marks were healing well. The alien woman watched this with great interest. She could see that Lisa's hand was getting better. When Lisa put new medicine on the bite marks, the alien woman leaned forward to see what she was doing. "This medicine helps cuts heal," Lisa said, showing the alien woman the small bottle. "It stops infection." The alien woman did not understand the words, but she could see that Lisa was not in pain. The next day, when Lisa came to check on her, the alien woman held out her arm. There was a deep cut on it that was not healing well. Lisa moved very slowly. She cleaned the cut with gentle hands and put medicine on it. The alien woman watched everything Lisa did. When Lisa wrapped the cut with clean cloth, the alien woman touched the bandage with her other hand. "Better," Lisa said, smiling. The alien woman looked at Lisa's face. She had not seen anyone smile at her for a very long time. She did not smile back, but she did not look away either. Ben Clark was the ship's engineer. He was a big man with kind eyes who could fix anything. He heard about the alien woman and wanted to help too. "Her room is too cold," he told Jake. "I checked the computer. Her body temperature is higher than ours. She must be freezing." Ben made changes to the alien woman's room. He made it warmer and changed the lights to be more yellow, like the sun. He also made the air thicker like the air in her broken ship. The alien woman noticed the changes right away. She stood in the middle of the room and turned around slowly, feeling the warm air on her skin. For the first time since she woke up, she looked comfortable. Katie Wells was the ship's navigator. She was young and curious about everything. She heard about the alien woman and wanted to help too, but she did not know how. "What do you do for someone who doesn't trust anyone?" she asked Jake. "You show them that you're not going to hurt them," Jake said. Katie thought about this. The next day, she brought something to the alien woman's room. It was a small, smooth stone she had found on a planet they visited last year. The stone was blue and felt warm when you held it. Katie put the stone on the table and left. When she came back the next day, the stone was gone. The alien woman was holding it, running her fingers over its smooth surface. The day after that, Katie brought another stone. This one was red and had tiny crystals inside it. She put it on the table next to where the first stone had been. The alien woman watched Katie put the stone down. When Katie started to leave, the alien woman made a small sound. Katie turned around. The alien woman was holding the blue stone. She looked at it, then at Katie. She held it out like she was showing it to her. Katie smiled. "You like it?" she asked. The alien woman did not understand the words, but she understood that Katie was happy. She pulled the stone back to her chest and held it tight. Ryan Davis was not happy about any of this. He was the security chief, and his job was to keep everyone safe. He thought the alien woman was dangerous. She bit Dr. Park, he told Jake. What if she does something worse? She was scared, Jake said. Wouldn't you be scared if you woke up in a strange place with strange people? Maybe, Ryan said. But I wouldn't bite anyone. You've never been tortured for months, Jake said. You don't know what that does to someone? Ryan was quiet for a moment, then he said, What if this is all an act? What if she's pretending to be hurt so we'll trust her? Jake had thought about this too. It was possible. But every day he watched the alien woman through the window. He saw how she jumped when doors opened too fast. He saw how she checked her food before eating it. He saw how she touched her wounds when she thought no one was looking. If she's acting, Jake said, then she's the best actress I've ever seen. 2 weeks passed. The alien woman's wounds were healing. She was eating regularly and sleeping better. She had stopped jumping every time someone came into her room. She even let Lisa check her wounds without moving away, but she still had not spoken. She watched everything and everyone, but she did not try to communicate. Then one day, something changed. Jake was sitting in his usual chair, eating his lunch. The alien woman was eating too, but she kept looking at him. Finally, she put down her food and pointed at him. Jake, she said in a rough voice. Jake almost dropped his food. It was the first word she had spoken since she woke up. Yes, he said, pointing at himself. Jake. The alien woman pointed at herself. She opened her mouth like she was going to say something, then closed it. She tried again. Zara, she said finally. Her voice was quiet and careful. Jake smiled. Zara, he said. Nice to meet you, Zara. Zara did not understand all his words. But she understood the smile. She had remembered her name. She had remembered that she was a person, not just a prisoner. It was a small step, but it was the first step toward trust. 3 weeks after Zara spoke her name, the alarm rang again. This time, it was not the soft alarm that meant they found something in space. This was the loud, angry alarm that meant people were in danger. Jake ran to the bridge. Everyone was moving, fast and talking at the same time. The big screen showed a planet with 3 moons. Red lights were flashing all around it. What's happening? Jake asked. Katie looked up from her computer. Colony ship, sir. They're under attack. The message came in 5 minutes ago. Jake looked at the screen. The colony ship was called New Hope. It carried 5,000 people who were trying to make a new home on the planet below. They were farmers and teachers and children, not soldiers. Who's attacking them? Jake asked. Unknown ships, Katie said. But they're using weapons. We've seen before. She put new information on the screen. The attacking ships were black and had sharp edges. They looked like they were made for war, not for exploring. Hegemony ships, said Ryan. The same ones that have been attacking colonies for the last 2 years. Jake felt his stomach get tight. The hegemony was bad news. They took people as prisoners and hurt them. They destroyed colonies and took everything valuable. No one knew why they did these things or where they came from. How long until we get there? Jake asked. 6 hours, Katie said. But sir, they have 12 ships. We only have 1. Jake looked at the screen again. The USS Horizon was a good ship, but it was made for exploring, not fighting. They had weapons, but not enough to fight 12 enemy ships. We have to try. Jake said, those are innocent people. Down in the medical room, Zara was learning to read human words. Lisa had brought her books with pictures and simple words. Zara was very smart and learned fast, but when the alarm rang, Zara stopped reading. She knew that sound. It was the same sound she had heard on her own ship before the bad people came. She got up and walked to the door. It was not locked, but she had never tried to leave the medical room before. Now she opened the door and stepped into the hallway. The hallway was full of people running and talking. They were all moving toward the same place. Zara followed them, staying close to the wall. She found herself in a big room with many computers and screens. This was the bridge, though she did not know the word for it. She hid behind a tall computer and listened. Hegemony forces, someone. was saying 12 ships in attack formation. Zara's blood went cold. She knew that word, hegemony. They were the ones who had hurt her. They were the ones who had put the metal things in her head and burned her skin and made her scream. We need to know their battle plans, Jake was saying. Without that, we can't win. Sir, said Ryan, maybe we should call for help instead of fighting. There's no time, Jake said. By the time help comes, those people will be dead or prisoners. Zara listened to them talk about weapons and ships and how to fight. She heard the worry in their voices. They wanted to help the people on the colony ship, but they did not know how. But Zara knew. She had studied hegemony ships for years before. They caught her. She knew how they fought and how they thought. She knew their weak points and their favorite tricks. She stepped out from behind the computer. Everyone on the bridge turned to look at her. They were surprised to see her there. Some of them looked scared. Ryan put his hand on his weapon. Zara, Jake said. You shouldn't be here. Zara walked toward Jake. Her legs were shaking, but she kept walking. She pointed at the screen that showed the hegemony ships. I know them, she said in her rough voice. I know how they fight. The bridge went quiet. Everyone was staring at her. You know the hegemony? Jake asked. Zara nodded. They hurt me for a long time. I was soldier before. I know their ships. Lisa came onto the bridge. She had been looking for Zara in the medical room. Zara, you need to rest, she said, but Zara shook her head. No rest. People die if I rest, she pointed at the screen again. I help you fight them, Ryan stepped forward. How do we know this? Isn't a trap? How do we know she's not working with them? Zara looked at Ryan. She understood his words even if she did not understand why he was angry. She rolled up her sleeve and showed him the scars on her arm. They do this to me, she said. Every day for many months. I not work with them. I hate them. Jake looked at the scars. He had seen them before, but now he understood what they meant. Each scar was a day of pain. Each mark was a time someone had hurt her. What do you know about their ships? Jake asked. Zara walked to the big screen. She pointed at the black ships with sharp edges. This is command ship, she said, pointing. At the biggest one, Commander Vex is inside. He likes to make people hurt. Jake felt sick. You know the commander? He hurt me most, Zara said. Her voice was quiet but angry. He asked questions. I not tell him. He hurt me more. Lisa put her hand on Zara's shoulder. You don't have to talk about this. But Zara kept talking. He will send small ships first, test your weapons. Then big ships come from behind, always same plan. She pointed at different parts of the screen. Weak spot here, she said, pointing at the bottom of the ships. Engines not protected. If you hit there, ship stops working. Katie was writing down everything Zara said. How do you know all this? I was tactical. Officer, Zara said. I study enemy ships. Before they catch me. Jake looked around the bridge. Everyone was listening to Zara. She was giving them information they needed to save the people on the colony ship. Can we trust her? Ryan asked quietly. Jake looked at Zara. She was standing by the screen, pointing at different ships and explaining. Their weapons. Her hands were shaking, but she kept talking. She was scared of the hegemony, but she was helping anyway. She's been here for weeks, Jake said. If she wanted to hurt us, she could have done it already. Maybe this is the trap, Ryan said. Maybe they planned this. Jake thought about this. It was possible. But he looked at Zara's scars and remembered how she had jumped when doors opened too fast. He remembered how she had checked her food for poison. He remembered how she had cried in her sleep. No, Jake said. This is real. She's trying to help us. Zara heard her name and turned around. She saw Jake and Ryan talking about her. She walked over to them. You not trust me, she said to Ryan. I understand. I not trust you at first too. Ryan looked surprised. You speak better English than I thought. I listen, Zara said. I learn. Lisa teach me words. Katie give me stones. Ben make room warm. Jake eat with me every day. She looked at each person as she said their names. You all help me. Now I help you. She walked back to the screen. I tell you everything I know, but you decide. I not force you to trust me, Jake made his decision. Tell us their battle plan, he said. Zara spent the next hour explaining everything. She drew pictures of the ships and showed where their weapons were. She told them about Commander Vex and how he liked to fight. She explained the weak spots and the best ways to attack. They will try to take prisoners, she said, especially children. They like to hurt children because it makes adults give up. Lisa looked sick. Why would anyone do that? Because they are evil, Zara said. They like to hurt people. It makes them feel strong. When Zara finished talking, the bridge was quiet. Everyone was thinking about what she had told them. This could work, Katie said finally. If we do what she says, we might win. It's still dangerous, Ryan said. We're still just one ship against 12. Jake looked at Zara. She was tired from talking so much, but she was still standing by the screen, ready to help more. Zara, he said, will you help us during the battle? Will you tell us what the hegemony ships are doing? Zara was quiet for a long moment, then she nodded. Yes, I help you fight them. But I stay here on bridge. I too scared to go in small ship. You don't have to go anywhere, Jake said. You can help from here. Zara looked around the bridge at all the people who had been kind to her. Lisa, who had healed her wounds. Katie, who had given her stones. Ben, who had made her room comfortable. Jake, who had eaten with her every day. Thank you, she said, for trusting me. For helping me remember who I am, Jake smiled. Thank you for helping us save those people. The USS Horizon turned toward the colony ship. They had a plan now, and they had someone who knew the enemy. It was still dangerous, but they had hope. In 2 hours, they would find out if trust was stronger than fear. The USS Horizon came out of fast space near the colony planet. Right away they could see the battle. The colony ship New Hope was big and white, but it was hurt. Smoke came from holes in its side. Around it, 12 black hegemony ships moved. Like hungry sharks, just like Zara said, Katie whispered. The small ships are testing their weapons. On the bridge, Zara stood next to Jake. Her hands were shaking, but her voice was steady. 4 small ships attack from front. Big ships wait behind planet. Commander Vex is being careful. Jake looked at the enemy ships. What do we do first? We surprise them, Zara said. They not expect help to come. Attack the small ships fast, before big ships can help. Jake nodded to his crew, all weapons ready. Target the ships attacking the colony. The USS Horizon moved fast toward the battle. Their weapons fired bright blue beams at the hegemony ships. 2 of the small ships exploded right away. The other 2 turned to fight back. Good, Zara said. Now big ships will come. They angry that you hurt their small ships. She was right. 8 big ships came around the planet. They were much bigger than the Horizon, and they had more weapons. Commander Vex is in the biggest ship, Zara said, pointing at the screen. He will try to get behind us. That is his favorite trick. Katie, watch our back, Jake said. Tell me if any ships try to sneak up on us. The battle was fast and dangerous. The Horizon was quick, but the hegemony ships were strong. Blue and red beams of energy flew through space. When they hit, they made bright explosions. There, Zara said suddenly. 2 ships going around. They try to trap us, Jake saw them. 2 big ships were moving to get behind the Horizon. If they got there, the Horizon would be caught between them and the other ships. Fire at their engines, Zara said. Bottom part, like I show you. Katie aimed the weapons where Zara pointed. The beams hit the bottom of the enemy ships. There were big explosions, and the ships stopped moving. Yes, Zara said, their engines broken. They cannot move now, but more ships were coming. The Horizon was fighting 6 ships now, and it was getting hard. We need help, Ryan said. We can't fight all of them. Zara was watching the big screen carefully. She saw something that made her excited. Look, colony ship has weapons too. They not use them because afraid to hit us. She was right. The colony ship New Hope had weapons for protection, but they were not using them because the Horizon was too close to the enemy ships. Can we tell them where to shoot? Jake asked. Zara nodded. I know colony ship computers. I can talk to them. She sat down at a computer and started typing. Her fingers moved fast on the keys. She was talking to the colony ship in a language Jake did not know. "I tell them to shoot at big ship on left," Zara said. "The one with many weapons." The colony ship's weapons started firing. Big green beams hit the hegemony ship that Zara had pointed out. The enemy ship's weapons stopped working. "Good," Zara said. "Now we fight together." Working together, the Horizon and the colony ship fought the hegemony ships. They used what Zara had taught them about weak spots and attack patterns. One by one, the enemy ships were destroyed or damaged so bad they could not fight. But Commander Vex was still out there in his big command ship, and he was angry. "He will try one more thing," Zara said. "When he's angry, he does bad things. He will try to hurt people to make us stop fighting." She was right again. The command ship moved toward the colony ship, but not to attack it with weapons. Instead, it shot something else. "Boarding pods," Ryan said. "He's sending soldiers onto the colony ship." Jake felt sick. "He's going to take prisoners." Zara's face went white. "He will hurt the children first. That is what he does. He hurts children to make parents give up." "We have to stop him," Jake said. "How?" Ryan asked. "We can't get close." "Enough to stop the boarding pods." Zara was quiet for a moment. Then she said something that surprised everyone. "I can stop him," she said. "I know his computer codes. I was prisoner on his ship for a long time. I learned his passwords." Jake stared at her. "You can get into his computer?" "Yes," Zara said, "but I have to get close, very close. And he will know it is me when I do it." "That's too dangerous," Lisa said. She had come to the bridge when the fighting started. "He'll try to capture you again." Zara looked at Lisa, then at Jake, then at all the people on the bridge who had been kind to her. "You saved me," she said. "You give me food and medicine and warm room. You give me stones and books and friendship. Now I save you?" She turned back to the computer. Her fingers moved fast, typing commands that Jake could not understand. "I am sending message to his ship," she said. "I tell him I am here. I tell him I will give him information about human ships if he stops hurting colony people." "Zara." "No," Jake said. "You can't do that. It's not real," Zara said. "I lie to him. But he will think it's real because he knows I am prisoner who got away." On the screen, they could see the command ship stop moving toward the colony ship. Commander Vex was listening to Zara's message. "He is talking to me now," Zara said. "He?" "Very angry. He say he will hurt me worse than before if I do not give him information." Jake could see that Zara was scared. Her hands were shaking as she typed. But she kept typing. "I tell him I will give him information if he calls back his soldiers," Zara said. "He is thinking about it." They waited. On the screen, they could see the boarding pods still moving toward the colony ship. "He not believe me yet," Zara said. "I have to give him something real. Something he knows only I would know." Zara took a deep breath and typed more. This time she was giving Commander Vex real information about Vorthek ship designs. Information that could hurt her own people if he used it. "Zara, don't," Jake said. "Is old information," Zara said. "Ships changed since they capture me." But he not know that. It worked. On the screen, they saw the boarding pods turn around and go back to the command ship. "Good," Zara said. "Now for the hard part." She typed new commands into the computer. These were different. These were not messages to Commander Vex. These were commands going into his ship's computer system. "I am inside his computer now," Zara said. "He think I am giving him information about humans. But really I am breaking his ship." On the screen, they could see the command ship starting to have problems. Its lights were flashing and it was moving in strange ways. "What did you do?" Jake asked. "I shut down his weapons," Zara said, "and his engines and his life support. His ship is dead in space now." Commander Vex tried to send more messages to Zara, but she turned off the communication. "I not want to hear his voice anymore," she said. "The battle was over. The hegemony ships that were not destroyed were running away. The command ship was floating helpless in space. The colony ship was safe, but Jake could see that something was wrong with Zara. She was sitting very still, staring at the computer screen. "Zara," Lisa said softly, "are you okay?" Zara looked up. There were tears in her yellow eyes. "I give him information about my people," she said. "Even if it is old, I still betray them. They will hate me now." "You saved thousands of lives?" Jake said. "Your people will understand." "No," Zara said. "They will think I am traitor. I can never go home now." Lisa put her hand on Zara's shoulder. "Then this is your home now," she said. "We're your family now." Zara looked around the bridge, at all the people who had helped her heal. Jake, who had trusted her with his ship. Lisa, who had healed her wounds. Katie, who had given her stones. Ben, who had made her comfortable. Ryan, who had learned to trust her even when he was scared. "Family," Zara said quietly. It was a new word for her, but she liked how it sounded. On the main screen, they could see rescue ships coming from the colony. People were safe because Zara had been brave enough to face the monsters from her past, but the biggest victory was not the battle they had won. It was the trust they had built together, and the family they had made from people who started as strangers. Zara wiped the tears from her eyes and smiled. For the first time in a very long time, she was not afraid of tomorrow. 2 days after the battle, something unexpected happened. Katie was watching her computer when she saw new ships coming out of fast space. These ships were not black like the hegemony ships. They were silver and had a different shape. "Jake," Katie called out, "we have visitors, 3 ships, coming fast." Jake came to the bridge quickly. He looked at the screen and saw the silver ships. They were big, almost as big as the USS Horizon. "Are they friendly?" Jake asked. Katie checked her computer. "They're sending a message, but it's not in any language our computer knows." On the bridge, Zara was helping Lisa organize medical supplies for the hurt people from the colony ship. When she heard Katie talking about unknown ships, she looked up. "What kind of ships?" Zara asked. Jake showed her the screen. When Zara saw the silver ships, her face went white. "Those are Vortex ships," she said quietly. "My people?" Everyone on the bridge stopped what they were doing and looked at Zara. She was staring at the ships like she had seen a ghost. "Your people?" Jake asked. "How do they know we're here?" Zara thought for a moment. "The message I sent to Commander Vex. My people listened to all hegemony communications. They heard me talking." Ryan came onto the bridge. "Are these ships here to attack us?" he asked. "I don't know," Zara said. "Maybe they think you captured me. Maybe they think I am working with you against them." Jake looked at the silver ships on the screen. They were not moving closer, but they were not leaving either. They were just waiting. "Can you talk to them?" Jake asked Zara. Zara was quiet for a long time. Then she nodded. "Yes, but they might not want to listen to me. They might think I am traitor because I helped you." "You're not a traitor," Lisa said. "You're a hero. You saved thousands of people." Zara looked at Lisa with sad eyes. "My people might not see it that way." Jake made a decision. "Try to talk to them. Tell them we're friends." Zara sat down at the communication computer. She took a deep breath and started typing. This time, she was not typing in human language. She was typing in her own language with symbols that looked like pictures. After a few minutes, the computer made a sound. The Vortex ships were answering. "What do they say?" Jake asked. Zara read the message on her screen. "They want to talk to me, just me. They want me to come to their ship." "That's not happening," Ryan said quickly. "What if they hurt you?" "They will not hurt me," Zara said. "But they might take me away. They might say I cannot stay with you anymore." Jake looked at Zara. She had become part of their family. The thought of losing her made him sad. "What do you want to do?" Jake asked. Zara thought about this question. A few weeks ago, she would have wanted to go back to her people right away. But now, things were different. The people on the USS Horizon had been kind to her. They had helped her heal. They had trusted her when it mattered. "I want to talk to them," Zara said, "but I want you to come with me. I want them to meet my new family." Jake smiled. "We can do that." An hour later, representatives from both ships met in the USS Horizon's meeting room. The Vorthek delegation was led by General Keth Prime, a tall alien with dark green scales and serious eyes. He brought two other officers with him. Jake brought Lisa, Ryan, and Katie. Zara sat between the two groups. Like a bridge connecting two different worlds, General Keth Prime spoke first. His voice was deep and careful. Zara translated his words. For the humans. He says they have been looking for me for many months. They thought I was dead. General Keth Prime asked Zara many questions. Where had she been? How did she escape? Why was she with humans? Zara answered all his questions honestly. When she told him about being tortured by Commander Vex, General Keth Prime's face became angry. When she told him about the kindness of the human crew, he looked confused. He does not understand why you. Help me, Zara told Jake. In our culture we do not help strangers. It is too dangerous. What do you tell him? Jake asked. Zara spoke to General Keth Prime in their language for several minutes. She pointed at each human as she talked. Jake could tell she was telling him about the food, the medical care, the warm room, and the stones. General Keth Prime listened carefully. Sometimes he asked questions. Sometimes he looked at the humans with curious eyes. When Zara finished talking, General Keth Prime was quiet for a long time. Then he asked her a question that made her look sad. What did he ask? Lisa wanted to know. He asked if the humans made me help them fight the hegemony. He thinks maybe you forced me to do it. Zara answered the general's question. She told him that the humans had never forced her to do anything. She told him that they had trusted her even when it was dangerous. She told him that she chose to help because she wanted to save innocent people. General Keth Prime looked at Jake. Through. Zara, he asked, why did you trust her? She could have been a spy. Jake thought about his answer carefully. Because she was hurt and we wanted to help her heal. Because everyone deserves kindness, even strangers. Because doing the right thing is more important than being safe. When Zara translated this, General Keth Prime looked surprised. He asked more questions. Why did the doctor not pull away when she bit her? Lisa answered, because she was scared and in pain. Scared people sometimes lash out. It doesn't mean they're bad people. Why did the engineer make her room comfortable? Ben, who had come to the meeting, said, because everyone should be comfortable. It costs nothing to be kind. Why did the navigator give her gifts? Katie smiled. Because small kindnesses can mean everything to someone who has forgotten what kindness feels like. General Keth Prime listened to all these answers. He looked at his officers and they talked quietly in their own language. Finally, General Keth Prime spoke to Zara again. This time, when she translated, she was smiling. He says that my mental state is better now than when I was captured. He says the humans have healed me, not hurt me. The general asked Zara one more question. Do you want to come home with us? Zara looked around the room at all the humans who had become her family. Then she answered the general in her own language. I told him that this is my home now, she said. But I also told him that humans and Vorthek could be friends. That we could help each other fight the hegemony. General Keth Prime thought about this for a long time. He talked with his officers. Then he looked at Jake. Through Zara, he said, the hegemony is our enemy too. They have hurt many of our people. If humans are willing to help strangers like you helped Zara, then maybe we can be allies. Jake stood up and held out his hand to General Keth Prime. We would be honored to be your allies. General Keth Prime looked at Jake's outstretched hand. Zara explained that this was how humans showed friendship. The general reached out and shook Jake's hand. Alliance, he said in careful English. 1 month later, the USS Horizon had a new mission. Instead of just exploring space, they were now working with Vorthek ships to fight the hegemony and protect innocent people. Zara stayed with the Horizon. Crew as a liaison officer, she helped humans. And Vorthek understand each other. She taught humans about Vorthek culture, and she taught Vorthek about human kindness. In the ship's medical bay, Zara was helping Lisa treat a hurt child from the colony they had saved. The child was scared and crying. When Lisa tried to help, He tried to bite her just like Zara had done weeks before. Lisa did not pull away. She held still and spoke softly to the child. "It's okay," she said. "You're safe now." Zara watched this and smiled. She remembered when she had been the scared one, when she had bitten Lisa's hand. She remembered how Lisa had not pulled away, had not gotten angry, had just been kind. Now Zara understood something important. Kindness was not weakness. Kindness was the strongest force in the universe. It could heal wounds that weapons could never create. It could build bridges between people who seemed completely different. The child stopped crying and let Lisa help him. Zara patted the child's head gently. "You're safe now," Zara said in the child's language. "These people will take care of you." Outside, the medical bay windows, human and Vorthak ships, flew together through the stars. They were different species from different worlds, but they had learned to trust each other. It had all started with one simple act. A doctor who did not pull away when someone bit her. From that small kindness, a friendship had grown. From that friendship, an alliance had been born. And from that alliance, the galaxy had become a little bit safer for everyone. Zara looked out at the stars and thought about how much her life had changed. She had been trained to withstand torture, to resist pain, to never trust anyone, but she had never been trained to withstand kindness. And that kindness had saved her in ways that no training ever could. She was no longer a prisoner. She was no longer alone. She was part of a family that had chosen to love her, and part of an alliance that chose hope over fear. The stars were beautiful, and they were full of possibilities.